If I told you there's an 86-year-old woman walking this planet right now with abs sharper than a sushi knife and more discipline than your entire group chat combined, you'd probably roll your eyes and say, yeah, sure. And I bet she also wrestles alligators on the weekends. But no, meet Ernestine Shepherd, the world's oldest competitive female bodybuilder, Guinness World Record holder, and possibly the only grandma who could whoop you in push-ups, then jog a casual 10 miles while politely asking if you're tired yet. And the wildest part? She didn't even start training until she was 56 years old. That's right. Most people are just starting to complain about their backs and Google, is it normal for my knees to make this sound? By then, Ernestine? She looked in the mirror, said, nope, and decided to reboot her entire life like she was downloading an upgrade patch. Her story isn't just about getting ripped. It's about rewriting the script on aging, grief, and excuses. Because let's be honest, we all have excuses. I'm too old. I don't have time. I can't find the right playlist. Ernestine bulldozed through all of them and built a body that even professional trainers stare at like it's a magic trick. Stick around, because you're going to hear the heartbreaking promise that set her on this path, the simple daily routine that keeps her looking like she has a cheat code to life, and some of the funniest, most relatable habits that prove she's human. Just way tougher than the rest of us. Now here's the first twist. Ernestine was not born with dumbbells in her crib. She wasn't on track teams. She didn't rack up medals. She wasn't secretly training with Rocky in the basement. In fact, she didn't even touch a dumbbell until her mid-50s. And the moment that flipped her entire world upside down didn't even happen in a gym. It happened in the most brutal arena known to mankind, a department store dressing room. Picture it. Fluorescent lights overhead, mirrors everywhere, the air thick with regret. Ernestine and her sister were trying on swimsuits, and they turned to face the mirror together. What they saw staring back was not the women they remembered being. It was the kind of reflection that makes you say, who turned on the funhouse filter? Right there, in that harsh lighting designed specifically to break your will to live, the sisters made a pact. They were going to change together. Proof that more fitness journeys start in dressing rooms than on New Year's Day. And they did. They hit the gym. They swapped lazy weekends for sweat sessions. They traded fried food for protein and vegetables. Slowly, steadily, they began to rebuild themselves. But then came the gut punch. Ernestine's sister passed away suddenly from a brain aneurysm. Her dream, the one they'd whispered about, was to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. And in that grief, Ernestine made a promise. She would do it for both of them. Fast forward to her 71st birthday. Most people at that age are debating which recliner has the best lumbar support. Ernestine? She walked into the gym of former Mr. Universe Yoni Schamburger and said, I want you to train me for a bodybuilding competition. Not just to compete, to win. And at her very first show, she stepped on stage, flexed, and took the trophy home. Against women decades younger. That was the mic drop moment that launched her into history and probably made Father Time throw up his hands like, well, I'm out. So what's her secret? Let's break it down, because her routine is both terrifyingly disciplined and surprisingly doable. First, mornings. Ernestine wakes up before sunrise and hits the track for a 3-mile run every single day. Not when she feels like it. Not when the weather's nice. Every day. Rain? She calls that bonus hydration. Snow? Extra resistance. Meanwhile, the rest of us complain if our Uber drops us off 1 block too far from the door. By the time most people are deciding which side of the pillow to roll onto, Ernestine's already out there making cardio look easy. After the run, it's straight to weight training, stretching, and cardio drills. And here's where she's smart. She didn't copy some flashy Instagram trainer who does backflips while holding kettlebells. She found a coach who specialized in training older athletes. That's why, decades later, she's injury-free. You can't flex if you're broken, and Ernestine plays the long game. And she hasn't skipped a workout in over 30 years. Think about that. No holidays off, no birthday cheat day, no oops, I was busy. 30 years of daily workouts. I get winded just trying to keep a New Year's resolution until February. Now let's talk food, because even legends get hungry. Ernestine eats 1,700 to 1,800 calories a day. and it's the cleanest meal plan you've ever seen. Egg whites, steamed chicken breast, roasted sweet potatoes, brown rice, and a rainbow of grilled vegetables. Healthy fats from nuts, avocado, and olive oil. And she tops it off with pure organic protein powder, the kind that doesn't taste like cake batter, but definitely gets the job done. And here's the kicker. She doesn't do 3 giant meals like most of us. She eats 7 small meals a day. 7. Dinner happens between 6 and 7 p.m., and then she closes the kitchen until morning. So while you're standing in front of the fridge at 11 p.m., convincing yourself that eating half a cheesecake evens it out, Ernestine is asleep, halfway to recovery. Speaking of recovery, she treats sleep like it's sacred. She's in bed by 10 p.m. every night. No exceptions. Sleep isn't laziness in her world, it's part of training. Skip sleep and you undo your gains. Ernestine knows better. Her supplements? Zinc, selenium, magnesium, and vitamins B, C, and A. Basically, the Avengers of micronutrients. They keep her muscles repairing, her energy steady, and her immune system locked down. But here's where the real magic is, her mindset. Ernestine swears by positivity, not fake good vibes only nonsense, real, grounded optimism. She says it's as important as lifting weights. Because stress will eat you alive faster than any cheat meal. She doesn't dwell on setbacks. She doesn't complain. She looks forward. That mindset is the invisible muscle that holds the rest together. And let's not forget, she didn't do this alone. Community is her secret weapon. She surrounds herself with people who lift her up, literally and figuratively. Friends, family, fellow fitness junkies. That support system keeps her accountable and inspired. Because let's face it, nobody sticks to 30 years of workouts in a vacuum. Now let's pause for a second and paint the picture here. Ernestine isn't just fit for her age, she's fit for any age. Imagine walking into the gym, setting up for bench press, and realizing the grandma 2 racks over is curling more than you. Do you leave? Do you cry? Do you just sign over your membership card and say, it's hers now? That's the kind of intimidation we're dealing with. And yet, she's not intimidating in personality. She's warm, she's funny, and she's living proof that your excuses don't hold water. She didn't start until 56. She had grief, loss, age, and 0 background in fitness. She had every reason to quit before she began, and instead, she became the one who rewrote the playbook. You ever try to do a plank? 10 seconds in, your arms start shaking like a phone on vibrate. Ernestine? She planks long enough to consider it her me time. You ever run up the stairs and immediately check if you have asthma? Ernestine runs miles before breakfast and calls it a warm-up. You ever promise yourself, I'll start Monday, and then realize it's been 7 years of Mondays? Ernestine didn't wait. She didn't restart. She just did it. Her journey is full of these mic drop moments. At 71, when most people are leaning into naps, she walked into a bodybuilding gym and said, "Train me to win." And she did. At 86, she still teaches fitness classes, still runs, still inspires, still thanks her thighs out loud. Honestly, I think we should all start thanking our thighs. They've carried us through a lot. So what's the real lesson? It's not that you have to become a world-class bodybuilder. It's that excuses are optional and reinvention is possible at any age. Ernestine's life is proof. You can swap late-night snacks for sleep. Swap "I can't" for "I'll try." Swap "maybe tomorrow" for today. Because 3 decades from now, you'll either be telling yourself, "I wish I had started," or you'll be flexing in the mirror like Ernestine, wondering why your grandkids keep asking if you're on TikTok. So here's the challenge. Don't think of fitness as something you do for a few weeks. Think of it as who you are. Start small. Swap the elevator for stairs. Cook 1 meal at home. Find a partner to do it with, like Ernestine once did with her sister. Because sometimes the best motivation is knowing someone else is in it with you. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one who proves everyone wrong. The one who shows that it's never too late to rebuild, too late to get stronger, too late to make Father Time look like he skipped leg day. So here's to Ernestine Shepherd, the woman who turned a bad dressing room moment into a world record, who kept a promise, who flexed at 86 and made excuses look like a joke. And here's to you, because your chapter 1 could start right now.